Render to Caesar what is his. The Catholic Church has you led down the path of believing just to lay down your hands and surrender everything to what the authorities say. Just because a law does not mean it's ethical, and just because something is ethical does not mean it is law. So you have to use discernment, and you have to think about your belief systems around wealth and prosperity and the right thing to do. And this is not about tax protest. This is not about avoiding taxes. This is about you changing and framing the way that you view the world and changing the way that you think. Because as you change the way you view the world you view changes. And it's all a product of belief systems. And when you hear things like someone tell you, give up everything, sacrifice yourself, that's a thought virus. That's a total thought virus. You don't have to do that. You can actually obtain wealth and provide for yourself and provide for others. Because in Proverbs it says a righteous man will find prosperity. So it's about building wealth, doing the right thing. Remember, a law doesn't have to be ethical, but what's ethical doesn't have to be a law. So you must use discernment. I'm not saying break laws. What I'm saying is weasel around things, find loopholes, don't get yourself in trouble, change your beliefs on how to create wealth. You can work around systems so you don't wind up in trouble. The United States of America is a de facto corporation you were tricked into. That's the truth. The de jure government is under God. You're in maritime law. So there's ways around the laws that were created to exist. And you can live free. You can live out of the de facto government. And you can still pay your taxes in accordance by following the law. You can still live a life without surrendering everything you have. You can create lots of wealth, lots of money. You can still provide for others. You just have to be creative in your thought and not just follow everything you're told blindly and think that you're a victim. If you believe you're a victim, you are a victim. If you believe it is hard to get ahead in life, then it is. If you believe people only use you for money, then that's what you attract. So when you attract these things that you don't want in your life, you have to audit your thoughts and beliefs. And as you change the way you view the world review changes. So when I talk about a de facto government, you have to remember when Jesus said, render to Caesar what is his, our money is not even fucking real. It's created out of thin air. It's little digits on a screen. When you're sitting there crying over it and committing crimes and living unethical to get it, which is insane because it doesn't need to be done that way. You live with authenticity in your heart. A man who pursues righteousness will find abundance. It said it right there. So I've created a system that helps other people find the belief systems that are the resistance to the thing that they want. I help other people create wealth, health, and find love in their life. I'm actually saving their soul. I'm actually changing their belief systems so they can live truthfully and authentically without the fears, pains, worries, doubts. It's all in their reactive mind because the hippocampus is a memory of an event, of a program that's there, and it's affecting their amygdala. Amygdala is the emotional center, and that runs the reactive mind, runs that reptilian brain. It's just running a pattern. It's contracting your blood vessels. It's contracting your bronchioles. It's forcing your lymphatics not to drain because you're resisting the flow of life. A righteous man lives in prosperity. That's what you have to start to realize and put in as a new paradigm and a new belief system. Let's go back in the sun this way. All right? It's getting too shady there. It's a little bit chilly morning in Florida. Normally I like to walk out here and get full body exposure, but one of these mornings we're just not going to get that. It's going to be a little bit chillier. So now you feel like you're a victim. You're in this oppressive government that keeps you enslaved, and they would love nothing more than that because you just keep serving them, enriching the few and sacrificing the many. But that's not your paradigm. You live in prosperity because you live in righteousness, and you know that you can give to others and provide service to others and have more than enough for yourself. That's the new paradigm that you have to change so you don't have the reactive patterns affecting your physiology. You become the magnet that opens the doors for you now. So we have a government, and as far as I'm concerned, the laws that were created are actually Luciferian, and the Bar Association is actually Luciferian, creating these maritime laws and trapping the people. But the deal with that is you have to realize the fake money, the fiat money system that we have. Initially, they confiscated the gold, and they raised the price on it, and they ripped the people off, and they stole from them. Doesn't sound like they're living very righteous. Sounds like they're going to burn hard one day, and we know they are. It's a long day coming. It's fake. It's a deck of cards waiting to fall. And then, not only did they confiscate the gold and then raise the price, but then they took the gold and the silver out of the currency and made it paper, and said, "In God we trust," because they're lying, narcissistic sociopaths. But their time is coming. So when it says, "Render to Caesar what is his," what they're actually saying is, it truthfully doesn't have any real value or meaning. And it is a de facto government. It is not de jure and under God. So fear not. You will be wealthy, but you must do the work. You must become the person that's supposed to walk through that door, right? You become that person that's supposed to walk through that door, you're provided for. You live in righteousness, just like Proverbs said. So, what environment did you grow up in? Did you grow up in an environment that was middle class, and so you're doing all the things your parents did? Or are you actually going out and finding people that are living righteously and building wealth beyond what the middle class man is making? Because if you change your belief systems, you're going to attract different people in your life that are actually going to show you the path. That little yellow brick road will get paved, and you're going to find that path of righteousness that's going to lead you down to abundance. And then that door opens up another door where you meet spouses, friends with greater values, more ethics. It's your environment that you've put yourself in that has programmed you. It's your environment you've put yourself in. When you change the way that you view the world, different doors open, different people appear, different social circles arise. But you want to stay stuck. You don't want to leave people behind. You have guilt. How do you know that those people are supposed to be in your life forever? How do you know those people don't want to go with you? You don't know any of that. Because you're not living in your heart. You're living in fear. You've suppressed yourself because you have to belong. Why must you belong? Why can't you be independent? Why can't you just do as you're called by God? If you're asked to be alone for a while, just be alone. It's not even scary. It's pretty amazing. You'll be so shocked that when you spend a little bit of time alone, how much growth happens and how much you actually develop as a soul, and your magnetic field changes, the lights that emit, forming different matter around you, seeing a different reality. All because you just didn't listen to the Catholic Church about rendering to Caesar what is his, and it made you think twice about the rest of the world. It started with a thought, and that thought then began a movement. And that movement allows you to be attracted to other materials to read, to grow your soul. I understand that society is short-sighted, and it's ego and things and possessions that drive most people. But it burns you out because it's lower dimensional energy. That lower dimensional energy is in the root chakra, the sacral chakra, and the solar plexus. It's adrenaline driven. It's driven by cortisol, and then lack of sleep and worry. But the heart, as it opens, is a different story. That opens your crown chakra. It's driven by God. It's inspired. That gives you intuition. And that intuition allows you to act, think, and speak in the ways of love, which is the direct energy and information that came from the zinc spark in our sun. Prosperity is yours. It already exists. But every day you must go meditate and decide, what are your belief systems? What am I choosing to change today? How am I choosing to see the world? How am I seeing my neighbors? What are the things that have happened to me in the past that led me to think the world operates this way? If you say you can't, you can't. And if you say you can, you can. So what are the traumas, which are just life lessons? They're gifts in strange wrapping paper. What are those things that have happened in your life that cultivated you to form the way that you see the world and the way that you see reality? Because all you ever had to really do was live a righteous life, just like it said in Proverbs. And that righteous life is what's going to lead you down the path to prosperity. Righteousness. That's just following the Ten Commandments. Do unto others as you would do unto yourself. There's only really one. That's the only one you really have to understand, is the golden rule. And once you understand that, the relationships you make will cultivate the wealth of an abundance of knowledge, love, wisdom, health. It'll cultivate all those things, but all you ever had to really do is live in your heart and know when to take action and become the person that was supposed to walk through that door. So don't just surrender and render everything to Caesar. Think about it. Why are you doing that? And as you do that, and you pay your fair share, just realize, just because you're giving it away doesn't mean you're not going to have tenfold what's stolen from you.